question. So I did mention earlier that we're going to be having someone who I personally do like, and also I think that you also would like to hear his voice. And talking about Fela Durotoye, he is a presidential candidate for the 2019 election. And you should also know that he came around on campus for the last 2 weeks talking about the role in causing change. And you should know that he's, of course, a young person. And we have so many young people as well who are coming out now to say, okay, enough is enough, we want to actually take charge. But how ready rather are we, and how do we get to support people who get to come out and also to intend to take responsibility? But basically, we're going to be asking him first about what he discussed, the role you've used in causing change. Good afternoon, good to have you in the studio.
Hey, it's great to be here with you, Chocolate,
Yeah.
and thank you so much for having me on Lasso Radio 95.7.
Definitely.
I'm glad to be here in Lasso. 19 years ago, my heart started to beat on Lasso when I found one young lady who was a student, a law student in Lasso, and her name is Tara, and today we've been married 17 and a half, going in 18 years, and so I'm really, really proud. I have many pleasant memories of walking on the streets of Lasso.
So quickly, let's talk about, I know what you discussed today is role of youth in causing change.
Yes.
Well, let's talk about the fact that young people, we have so many young people that are saying, okay, I'm getting involved, young people should get involved. But do you think that we have an environment that really supports the cause, that if I say that I'm ready to actually do this, do I have people that get the support?
Well, I think that you're right. We don't have an enabling environment that encourages young people to get involved, and it's not just about getting involved in making change happen in politics or in business. Today, in whatever area you're trying to make things better, which is really what change is about, making things better than the way it is today, it's really very difficult. It's very difficult to study. It's difficult to gain admission. It's difficult for you to pay your school fees. It's difficult to get hostel accommodation. It's difficult for you to get a job when you graduate. It's the enabling environment simply does not exist. It's difficult to start a business. And so what we have to understand, though, is that those who will make change happen must be willing to do 4 things. They must be willing to accept responsibility to change that situation that they're in. Meaning, everybody accepts reality. The reality is that things are difficult. But those who will make change happen, as this was what I was sharing with them, must be willing to accept more than the reality of the difficulty of things. They must be willing to say, we will change things. And I give a very quick example whilst I was there. It was difficult to live in Nigeria in the 1940s and 50s. Why? Because we were second-class citizens in our own country. But you know what? A group of young people accepted responsibility to say, we were born into colonial rule, but we will not die in colonial rule. And these guys were 36, 37, and some of them were even much younger than that, right? Antonio and Nahuru, those guys that were in their 20s, they were students, and they decided to stand up against a colonial government. And they accepted responsibility, not just the reality. The whole of Nigeria accepted the reality of colonial rule, but those guys accepted responsibility to bring about change. And so one of the first things I taught these guys today was that to be leaders that will deliver change, we must accept responsibility.
Okay. All right, so using yourself as an example now, do you think that you have a lot of persons that really believe for your cause? I know there are some people that are saying, yeah, I actually want Fela to actually get there, but do you think that you have, using yourself as an example, do you think you have young people really ready and believe in your cause?
Oh yes, I mean, every day I have this, the good fortune of so many people who come to me and say, Fela, I believe in you, I believe in the change that you're trying to do, I believe in the new Nigeria that you're trying to build, a great nation where there are opportunities for all, the kind of nation where the son of a nobody can become a somebody without knowing anybody. That you don't need to be able to know anybody to gain admission into a campus. If you can pass your exams, you should be able to get through. You don't need to know the hall mistress to be able to gain a hostel accommodation. You don't need to know the lecturer to be able to get an A in that course. You don't need to be able to know anybody to be able to graduate and get your clearance done and be able to get a job. You don't need to know anybody. It's happening like that all over the world. That's what we want for a new Nigeria. Now listen to this. Most young people believe, but there's still a lot of people who don't believe. And it's very interesting because I said there were 4 things I taught them. A was accept responsibility, but the second thing I taught them today was they must believe. And that they must believe in themselves. The generation that brought us the independence, they were a young generation. They didn't have power. They didn't have, they didn't come from great families or big families. They didn't have anything, but they believed in their generation. And of course, this is one of the things that I'm trying to share very quickly, that also the generation that has taken over, and brought us the kind of nation that we don't want today, they also believe in themselves. But the challenge now is, how do we get young people to believe? And they have to understand that we are greater in number, that people who were younger have done greater things. I gave a few quick examples. General Colonel Yakubu Gowon was literally 29 years old when he became head of state, right? General Obasanjo was 38 years old, going on 39 years old when he became head of state. General Buhari was 41 years old when he became head of state. Now I'm 47 years old, and some people are still saying to me I'm too young. We have to believe in ourselves. That generation believed in themselves, and they did great. They did things. We have to believe in ourselves.
So I'm going to take a cue from something you mentioned, and it's talking about the fact that you're not knowing so many people. Recently, I saw a particular interview that Banky W did. It's coming out also for Hope 2019, and then they mentioned that godfatherism is actually a huge factor, especially when you do not know somebody, you have the right cause that you want to actually do to cause an effective change. Do you think, what's your take about godfatherism basically for people who really don't have so many people to lean on to, but they actually want to do something to cause a change?
Well, I believe that godfathers are people who most people believe are required for them to be able to get to where they're going. Well, I don't have any godfather, and I have won 2 elections in the course of this journey. A little while ago, presidential aspirants came together, and we looked at who has the best chances amongst us to be able to lead us, and everybody else will win. And without a godfather, I won. Okay? Without a godfather in my party, I didn't know anybody. I joined my party, Alliance for New Nigeria. There was somebody that was contesting on the other side. There were two contestants to become the candidate. He was a rich guy. He has an oil well. He has been in politics for many years. But guess what? On a level playing platform, I've won. Now, what is the point? We believe that the people are our godfathers. We believe that when you have the people behind you, you see, I have been the aspirant, the people's aspirant. I've been now the people's candidate. And with the people of Nigeria as my godfather, we will be able to deliver a new Nigeria. I believe it. I believe that we don't need any godfather from anywhere, that the people of Nigeria are strong enough, and that there are many enough that are tired of the way things are, and we want to be able to do it. You are my godfather. No? You are my godfather. Definitely. If you're listening to me, you are my godfather. All right. Anyone who does not like Nigeria the way it is today, that is my godfather, and those are the ones that I'm asking. Send me, I will go on your behalf.
All right, so going forward, this is a community radio, and of course, it's the first time we're having you at our radio. So, in conclusion, what would you have to tell people listening now, especially young people, young adults who really need to be somewhere or take up leadership roles? What would you tell them?
Well, I would say to them, you must accept responsibility for leadership. Nobody's going to give it to you. You must prepare yourself, and then you must take action. And you take action by getting involved. Today, young people, we must get involved. Don't let anybody keep us outside telling us that our votes won't count, telling us that we don't have what it takes, telling us that we are ready. They are constantly asking us, are we ready, are we ready? They don't say to us, they never asked themselves if they were ready, and they are not asking themselves whether they are even ready now. Well, one of the things that I always say is, if at the age of 73, 74, President Buhari won 2015 elections, but guess what? It took 6 months for him to get ministers. He wasn't ready, and he was a 74-year-old. We are ready. Our generation is ready. Readiness is not about age. We are ready. Nigerians young people are doing great things in media, like yourself, Chocolate. All around the country, in media houses, you see young people there. Going to entertainment, young people. Going to business, young people. What else do you need to know that we are ready? It is young people that are now the lecturers today. I want you to understand, we, the generation of young people, we are ready. We are ready to take Nigeria to the greater heights. We are ready to birth a nation that we are all going to be proud of. And we are ready to get involved. So let me say it this way. I know that 2019 is going to be a very pleasant surprise for all the people who do not believe that young people are ready. We are ready, but we must accept responsibility. Right. We must believe in ourselves. We must commit ourselves. We must get engaged. And the last thing is, we must deliver the future of Nation Station. The future of Nigeria is very simple. It's a new Nigeria where everything works. Where everything works for everyone. It's a new Nigeria where government is working for the people so that everyone can have opportunities. It's a new Nigeria where there will be opportunities for all. Where the son of a nobody can become a somebody without knowing anybody. That's a great new Nigeria. And the young people are ready to do it.
Thank you so much. That's really amazing. I like the fact that you also ended saying delivery also. And I mean, we've had just a short while on radio. I can imagine what they had well, thank you so much for being a part of this today.
I'm grateful.
All right.
I hope every young person out there has their voter's card. And I hear that there's something called a voter's verification.
Yes.
Yes.
From the 6th of, it's holding between the 6th of November and the 21st of December.
So
November. So INEC wants every registered voter to go to the different wards where they register and verify that they actually have their names and every of their data on that list.
Okay, so I'm asking every young person out there, especially those who have their voter's card, please go out and verify your voter's card so that you can be sure that you will not be disenfranchised in the time when you need to make a change. 2019 elections is not between one party or the other. 2019 elections is the election between the old Nigeria and the new Nigeria. And this is very important. So those who want a new Nigeria, a nation where things work, everybody who's tired of this Nigeria the way things are, you must arise and make sure you go and do your voters verification. I want every young person listening to me, please remember, don't wait until the end. Don't wait until the last day. Do it now. Let's get this thing moving. We are going to change the future of our nation. One last thing, if I can quickly do this, please. You see, every 20 years in Nigeria, something shifts dramatically. And I'll quickly tell you, in 1959, right, there was an election on 12th of December, and that brought about a shift in 1960 from the colonial rule to civilians. In 20 years later, that was 1979, there was another election on August 11th, and that brought in, again, from military rule to civilian rule. 20 years later was the